What you know about chilling in the back of the bug? What you know about rolling in the back of the bug? We pull up with pools in the back of the bug. Them honeys getting old lady in the back of the bug. In the back of the bug, yeah. In the back of the bug, yeah. Just imagine in the back of the bug.
Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy Gus, back in the mix with another video. For today, I'll be outlining the New York Open entry. I might be a little bit late, but initially that just means I might have to have a larger stop loss. So, New York entry, this is Bitcoin since it is a Saturday today and the Forex market is closed. But initially, I'd say all the concepts function on every market. So right now I'd initially be looking for the midnight candle, which should be there on there, and marking out my CRT range. And then after that, I'll also be marking out my true day open. And from there, I would initially just look at price on the lower time frame just to outline manipulation, distribution, and accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So from here, I'd say currently price is looking like it's still within its manipulation phase after the distribution phase. So price is currently still manipulating since it's within a ranging market. And with the expectations, I'd say from the drive that is presented, if price does continue to reject up there, that would be a possible short with us actually taking our position going down. If not a short, and then if price does return on top, we'd expect to be taking a long position. But so far, if price does respect that FVG over there, we might be expecting a drive up because I do see some equal highs around about there. So that could potentially be our take profit, but there are also multiple equal lows there. So initially, I am expecting a sell position since it seems like there is more liquidity downstairs, but I'd say there is also a draw on liquidity over there. And then just going on to a lower time frame. Initially now we're just trying to outline structure even more. And my Telegram's going off, man. Latest episode solo leveling just dropped. But anyways, from there we'll just be outlining structure and just looking at possible targets for the market. Looking at those lows, those do look like equal lows around about there. So price might initially also see that as a target. And I'd say from the looks of the structure in the lower time frame, I'm having a strong sell side bias. So right then and there on a 1 minute, if the structure does initially respect that bearish FVG and disrespect this bullish FVG, that is a clear sell entry. So from around about this point, we'll be thinking about taking our trade. So even after that liquidity sweep there, if price does respect sell side logic, that should solidify our sell side buys. And if that entry is provided, I would say stop loss could possibly go around about there, previous highs or the previous highest point, and then initially take profit could be our higher time frame liquidity, which is looking solid over there. So that right there could provide a 3.3 risk to reward. And now we're just waiting on price. Lower time frame liquidity hasn't been swept yet and price is driving up. So if that is respected, if not to be more specific, the order block over there, this being a bearish order block, then we should expect a sell entry. On a higher time frame, it does seem to be that price also did respect another bearish order block that's overlapping with that VG over there. So I would be expecting entry on a lower time frame. So initially from that point there, and for our stop loss, initially even those highs should do. From there, initially, this could be our first target. And if price reaches there, we initially just bring the position to break even, or the stop loss to break even. And initially just monitor position till it hits 4 or till it reaches TP. Session we did face some drawdown, but currently liquidity has been swept there, so this is initially that phase where position will be taken to break even. But for now, I'd say there is a higher probability of that liquidity being taken over there, so I'll think about break even after that one has been taken out. Let me just remove those indicators. But initially, I'd say so far so good. There's also being Bitcoin showing you guys that the strategy initially works on every single market. There's being the CRT range and imbalances and fair value gaps initially. But from there we can see that that imbalance was tested a couple of times before initially being respected, and after it was respected, price initially just drove down. Second thing is the candle range high, as you can see, got tested also a couple of times right there. Candle range high got tested before price also drove down. So those, if you have been following up on my videos, could have also been sniper entries initially where price tests the candle range and you just enter from those levels, because as you can see, price did test it a couple of times before continuing down. But I'd say initially the CRT just outlines the candle range theory, and from that, this is how you'd expect the logic to be respected. But I will be having a follow-up video, but right now I'd say position would be taken a little bit lower just to take a smaller loss in case price does reverse. I wouldn't advise a positive stop loss as of yet until initially price returns to this order block or continues to have an impulse from that liquidity it took out over there on a lower time frame. Yo, what's good guys, back with that follow-up. As you can see, position has driven down and it didn't really touch the breaker block that I anticipated, but the impulse did go underneath the liquidity, so I am expecting the CRT low to be penetrated and initially that liquidity to be taken out, and then from there I'd say this is my first target initially. So first target has been met, and if I do hold position, until there. That could possibly be a swing. Yo, it's good, guys, back with that ketchup like tomato. Anyways, price came close to touching our second target before initially driving up. I'd say that to me would have been considered a liquidity sweep, but still hoping for price to do the full sweep. Initially also came towards my top, which is also being driven down, so I did also take a couple of partials as it came in for the second run over there. And initially now just waiting on price to either take out the stop loss or take out that liquidity there. If it does surge there, and then I will hold position, and if it doesn't, then I just took a small, I wouldn't say small profit, but yeah, I just took a less anticipated profit than before, because I did also take a couple of more portions there in case price did reverse off of my CRT low. So the first drive kept me awake, since I also had a couple of alerts situated around about there before the liquidity is swept, just to monitor how liquidity was being swept, because I do also see another formation of low resistance there. And as you can see right now, stop loss has been hit right there. So initially that would be the trade. So a couple of partials over there in the second run, and stop loss being hit there with some positive profit. And even if it does continue down towards the rest of my targets, I don't mind that, as long as I did eat some there and there. And initially, if it does go down there, I'll just know next time to just hold position. Anyways, that is the trade for this session. If not, I also was holding another trade on deriv, which I will also be dropping today, if not tomorrow. But initially, hope you guys found both videos informative, since they are both live executions shots. This is Governor Gus, Trading Academy. Peace out.
What you know about chilling in the back of the bug? Chasing money in the back of the bug. I'm hustling in the back of the bug. Shooting that shit in the back of the bug. In the back of the bucky. These niggas is hosting a party with all of these homies. It's getting too rowdy.
I could never crash out. I could never crash out over no bitch. Fuck is you talking about?